Hello, English learners. Welcome back to Daily English Talks. I'm so happy you're here today because we're going to talk about something that matters to so many of us, speaking English fluently. Yes, fluently, confidently, clearly, and comfortably in real conversations. It might feel hard right now, but I want you to know that it is absolutely possible. No matter where you're starting from, no matter how long you've been trying, this journey is for you. In this video, I'm going to guide you step by step, sharing real tips, simple practices, and everyday examples to help you speak English more naturally. We're going to make it feel like a calm walk through real life. So, take a deep breath, relax, and let's begin together. Fluency in English doesn't happen overnight, but it does grow with every small step you take. Every time you try to speak, even when you feel nervous, even when you make a mistake, you're moving forward. It's not about being perfect. It's about practicing with patience and curiosity. Think about how you learned to ride a bicycle. At first, it felt strange. Your balance was shaky. You probably fell once or twice, but eventually your body remembered the motion. Your confidence grew, and suddenly riding became smooth and automatic. The same is true with English. The more you practice speaking in real, meaningful ways, the more natural it becomes. One way to build fluency is by thinking in English. It may sound strange at first, but try this. As you go through your day, look at what you're doing and name it in English. For example, if you're making coffee, say to yourself, "I'm boiling water. I'm opening the coffee jar. I'm pouring the coffee." These small mental actions train your brain to stay in the rhythm of English. They create a habit of thinking and describing life in English. And that habit becomes the foundation of smooth, confident speech. Let's try a small practice together. Imagine you are in your kitchen. You just woke up and you're getting ready for the day. I want you to say this with me, slowly. I walk into the kitchen. I open the cupboard. I take out a cup. I fill it with water. I drink slowly. And I smile. These are simple sentences, but they are powerful. Repeat them again and notice how your mind follows the words like a calm wave. This is how fluency feels. It's not rushed, not forced. It flows, one clear step at a time. Another helpful practice is shadowing. That means listening to someone speak English and repeating what they say just after them. You don't need to understand every single word at first. What matters is copying the rhythm, the sound, the pauses. It's like learning a song. You listen, then echo. Listen again, then echo again. Eventually, the melody of English becomes part of you. If you practice shadowing every day, even for just 10 minutes, you will notice changes in how you speak. You'll feel more natural, more confident, and more relaxed when talking to others. Let's do a short shadowing practice right now. I'll speak a sentence, and you repeat after me. Are you ready? I want to speak English confidently. Now you. I can improve a little each day. Repeat. I don't have to be perfect, just consistent. Again. I enjoy learning something new today. Wonderful. These short lines can become part of your daily routine. You can whisper them as you walk, speak them while doing chores, or say them out loud in front of a mirror. Every repetition plants a seed of confidence in your mind. Sometimes we worry too much about grammar or vocabulary when we speak. But fluency isn't about having the biggest vocabulary. It's about using the words you know clearly and naturally. Think of it like painting. You don't need every color in the world to make something beautiful. You just need to know how to use the colors you have. So focus on speaking with the words you already know. Use them often. Use them in different ways. That will strengthen your foundation and prepare you to learn more later, without pressure. And here's something important. Don't be afraid to pause when you speak. Pausing is natural. It gives you time to think. It helps you stay calm, and it makes your message easier for others to understand. In fact, native speakers pause all the time. It's part of the music of the language. So, if you're searching for a word or organizing your thoughts, just breathe and pause. Then continue. It's okay to slow down. Fluency is not the same as speaking fast. Fluency is about flow, not speed. Let's do a reflection practice together. I'll ask a question, and you answer in your mind or out loud if you feel ready. What's one sentence you can say about your day right now in English? Think about it and say it slowly. Now try to say another. Maybe something about what you ate or how you feel. This simple practice connects your thoughts with your voice. It helps build confidence, and over time, it leads to more fluent conversations. Remember, your voice matters, and your English journey is personal and unique. You don't need to compare yourself to others. Your progress is real, even if it feels slow. Every time you speak a sentence in English, you're building something strong, like bricks forming a wall. You may not see the whole structure today, but trust that it's growing, one word at a time. A beautiful way to become more fluent in English is by creating your own personal speaking space. This could be a quiet corner in your room, or even just a few moments during your daily walk. A place or time where you feel safe to speak aloud in English, without fear, without judgment. It doesn't matter if anyone hears you or not. What matters is that you begin to trust your voice. Say what you feel, what you think, or what you see around you. Describe your day. Tell yourself a little story. This personal speaking habit is a secret doorway into confidence. Many learners think they have to wait until they're ready to speak perfectly before they begin. But the truth is, speaking creates the readiness. You don't need to feel prepared. You just need to start small. Start where you are. If you wait for perfect grammar or the right accent, you may never speak. So today, choose one topic that feels simple, maybe my morning routine, and just talk. Slowly, clearly, gently, even if it's just 5 sentences. That's a wonderful beginning. Let's practice that now. Imagine you are talking to a friend, and you want to describe your morning. You might say, I woke up early this morning. I brushed my teeth. I took a warm shower. I made some toast and tea. I checked my phone for messages. These simple actions are already a conversation. Try repeating them with me, slowly, one at a time, and feel how natural it becomes when you allow yourself to speak freely. Another powerful tool is reading out loud. Take a short paragraph from a book, a news article, or even this video script, and read it out loud to yourself. Focus on how the words sound, not just what they mean. Feel the rhythm, the stress, the melody of the sentences. This helps your brain connect written English with spoken English, and it trains your mouth to form the words more smoothly. Just 5 minutes of reading aloud each day can make a big difference in your fluency. If you feel nervous about speaking to others, that's completely normal. Many people feel shy when using a second language, but here's something to remember. The people you speak with are not judging your grammar or vocabulary. They are listening for meaning, for emotion, for connection, and you already have those inside you. If you focus on sharing your thoughts and listening to others, you'll create real communication, and that's the heart of fluency. It's also helpful to prepare some go-to phrases you can use in different situations. These are common expressions that help you feel ready and confident. For example, "Can you say that again, please?" Or, "I'm still learning English, but I'll try." Or, "Let me think for a moment." These phrases give you time, they reduce pressure, and they keep the conversation going. Practice saying them aloud until they feel natural. You can even write them on small cards or save them in your phone to review daily. Let's do a short speaking practice now using these kinds of phrases. I'll say a sentence, and you repeat it after me. I'm practicing English every day. Now, you. I'm not perfect, but I'm getting better. Good. I enjoy speaking English with others. Again. I believe in myself and my progress. These short, powerful sentences help train your confidence and your speaking muscles at the same time. You might also enjoy keeping a spoken diary. Instead of writing, you record your thoughts out loud in English each day. It can be just 2 or 3 minutes. You can tell LK about your day, your feelings, your goals. This practice allows you to speak freely without interruption. It helps you become comfortable with your own voice in English. And it also lets you look back and hear how much you've improved over time. And remember, English doesn't only live in books or classrooms. It lives in the world around you. So, take your learning into daily life. Watch movies in English, listen to songs, podcasts, or audiobooks. Even if you don't understand everything, you are absorbing the language. You're learning how people express ideas, how sentences flow, how emotions sound in English. This natural listening shapes your speaking in subtle but powerful ways. Take a moment right now to think about something you enjoy doing, maybe cooking, drawing, reading, or playing a sport. Now try to describe it in English, out loud, as if you were explaining it to a friend. I like cooking because it helps me relax. I usually cook rice with vegetables. I add some spices and let it simmer. It smells so good when it's ready. Try creating your own version of that. Just speak without stress and allow yourself to enjoy the process. Every word you say in English is a step forward, even the ones that feel difficult or messy. Mistakes are not failures. They're part of learning. They show that you are trying, and every try is a little victory. Keep reminding yourself that fluency grows through effort, not through perfection. Just like a plant needs sunlight and water each day, your English needs your voice, your time, your heart. Fluency also comes from repetition. Repeating the same phrases or sentences can feel boring at first, but it actually helps you build strong speaking patterns. Think of it like learning a song on the piano. You play the same notes over and over until your fingers remember them. In the same way, your mouth and brain remember how words sound when you repeat them again and again. So, don't be afraid to use the same simple expressions often. They create a reliable rhythm that you can return to in conversation. Let's try a repetition exercise now. I'll say a sentence and you repeat it 3 times with me. Ready? I can speak English clearly. Again. I can speak English clearly. One more time. I can speak English clearly. Beautiful. Let's try another one. Fluency takes time, and I am patient. Again. Fluency takes time, and I am patient. Last time. Fluency takes time, and I am patient. This kind of repetition builds not only language, but also confidence in your voice. Speaking English is not just about the words, it's about how you use them in real life. That means you need to practice situations you might actually face. Imagine you're in a cafe, ordering a drink. You might say, "Hi, can I have a coffee, please?" Or, "I'd like a tea with lemon." Now imagine asking someone for directions. "Excuse me, how do I get to the train station?" Or, "Is this the way to Central Park?" Practicing these real-world phrases prepares you for real-world moments. Let's do a real-life role play together. You're at a restaurant. I'll guide you with my voice, and you speak after me. "Hello, I'd like to see the menu, please." Now I'll have the grilled chicken and a glass of water. Again. Thank you. That's all for now. This practice may feel simple, but it teaches you how to respond naturally in common situations. You can create your own scenes at home too, pretending you're at the store, in a meeting, or making a phone call. These speaking games are powerful tools for fluency. Another helpful practice is describing what you see around you. Look around right now and try to say 5 things in English. For example, I see a chair. I see a cup on the table. The sun is shining through the window. My phone is next to me. The air feels quiet. These are small details, but they connect your language to your environment. This makes your English feel alive, not just a subject to study, but something you live with. Try doing this whenever you walk outside. Describe the street, the weather, the people you see. The sky is blue today. I hear birds singing. A child is riding a bicycle. The trees are green and full of leaves. You don't need to say anything complicated. The goal is to keep the English language moving inside your mind and your mouth. The more you do it, the more automatic it becomes. Many learners feel stuck because they worry too much about getting it right. But fluency is about being brave, not perfect. It's about choosing to speak even when you're unsure, about trusting that the more you speak, the easier it will get. Think of every mistake as a teacher, not a problem. Every time you try and stumble, you learn something new. You become stronger, more flexible, more free. Let's pause for a moment and practice speaking without stress. Take a deep breath and repeat these calming lines after me. I allow myself to grow slowly. Again. I am doing my best, and that is enough. One more time. I speak with kindness and courage. These affirmations are more than just words. They're reminders that learning English is also about building your inner voice, your belief in yourself. Sometimes it helps to record yourself speaking. At first, it might feel uncomfortable to hear your own voice, but over time, it becomes a valuable way to observe your progress. You might notice that your pronunciation is better than you thought, or that you use certain phrases with ease now. Recording also lets you set little goals. You can say, "This week, I'll record myself talking about my weekend plans." And then next week, try again and notice the growth. Let's try that right now. Imagine you are recording a short message for a friend, and you want to tell them about your weekend. Speak this after me. "Hi, this weekend I went to the park. I walked with my friend. We saw ducks in the pond. Then we had lunch together. It was a calm, happy day." Now take a moment to say your own version of that, with your own details. Don't worry about mistakes. Just speak. You're practicing connection, not perfection. English is not only a language, it's a skill, a tool, a bridge. And just like any skill, it grows stronger with use. If you play the guitar every day, your fingers remember the strings. If you paint every day, your hands learn the brush. If you speak English every day, even just a little, your voice learns the flow, the shape, the rhythm. Your confidence becomes part of your daily life. Fluency often begins with listening, deep listening, where you're not just hearing words, but also the tone, the emotion, the pauses. When you listen closely to English conversations, songs, or even slow narration like this one, your ears become more familiar with how the language breathes. You begin to understand not just what is being said, but how it is being said. And that knowledge makes it easier to respond, to speak more naturally, to connect your own words to the rhythm of English. Try listening to something simple in English every day. It doesn't need to be long. Even 5 or 10 minutes of focused listening is powerful. Choose something that feels easy, calming, and clear, and play it again and again. Repetitio. And is not boring when your goal is fluency. It's essential. It helps your mind absorb patterns, sounds, and word combinations without effort. Over time, you'll start repeating those patterns when you speak. Let's do a little listening and shadowing practice now. I'll speak slowly, and you can follow my words just after I say them. Today is a good day to practice English. Now you. I enjoy learning new phrases. Your turn. Speaking gets easier when I stay calm. Go ahead. My English will improve with time and practice. These short lines can be part of your daily listening routine, and they gently open the door to better speaking skills. It also helps to surround yourself with English in your environment. You can change your phone settings to English, label objects in your room with sticky notes, or write a to-do list in English. These small changes bring the language into your daily habits. They make English feel normal and present, not something far away or difficult, but something you live with and grow with each day. Try describing your to-do list aloud in English. For example, today I need to finish some work. I want to clean my room. I'll go shopping in the afternoon. Then I plan to watch a movie and relax. These are the kinds of real-life sentences you can use every day. Say them slowly, repeat them often, add your own personal details. This isn't just practice, it's fluency in action. Another tip that many learners find helpful is learning sentence chunks, not just individual words. A sentence chunk is a small group of words that often appear together, like I'd like to, or can you help me with, or I'm thinking about going to. When you practice using full chunks, you don't have to build every sentence from the beginning. It saves you time and energy when speaking, and it helps you sound more fluent, more native. Like, let's try a few sentence chunks together. Repeat after me. I'd like to order some food. Again. I'm not sure what to say. Now you. Can you explain that again, please? Once more. I'm thinking about learning something new. These phrases are like small bridges in conversation. They help your sentences flow more smoothly, and they give you time to think while still sounding confident. Don't forget how important emotion is in learning a language. When you enjoy what you're learning, when you feel curious or excited or peaceful, your brain opens up to learning faster. So find topics that you love. Do you enjoy travel, cooking, music, nature? Try talking about those things in English. Describe your favorite meal. Talk about a place you want to visit. Explain your favorite hobby to someone, even if it's just in your imagination. Let's practice with a calm topic, something joyful and gentle. Imagine your perfect afternoon. I'll give you some lines to start, and then you can create your own. On my perfect afternoon, the sun is warm. I'm sitting near a window with a cup of tea. I'm reading a peaceful book. Soft music plays in the background. Everything feels calm and simple. Now take a deep breath and imagine your own perfect afternoon. Say it out loud in English, even if it's just a few sentences. This kind of personal speaking practice builds fluency in a very natural way. Fluency also grows when you build small routines into your day. It doesn't have to be anything big or formal. Just 5 minutes in the morning to speak out loud. 5 minutes in the evening to listen or read. One small practice during lunch or a walk. These short moments add up over time. They become a rhythm, a habit, and eventually, that habit turns into real, lasting skill. Let's make a simple English routine together right now. Repeat this after me. In the morning, I'll speak 3 sentences out loud. Again. At lunch, I'll listen to 5 minutes of English audio. Once more. Before bed, I'll say one thing I learned today. These tiny promises to yourself can change everything because they keep you connected to the language each day, gently, consistently, naturally. And as you keep moving forward, always return to kindness. Speak kindly to yourself when things feel slow, when you forget a word, when you feel shy or unsure. Fluency doesn't come from pressure. It comes from gentle, steady effort. You are not just learning English, you are becoming a speaker of English. Someone who uses the language to think, to share, to connect. And that is something truly beautiful. Fluency is not something you chase. It's something you invite into your daily life. Through attention, through practice, through kindness. The more gently you welcome English into your world, the more it becomes a part of you, like a familiar friend who walks beside you in every conversation. So don't try to force it. Allow it to grow at its own pace. And you'll be amazed at how much progress you begin to notice in your daily speech. Let's talk about mindset for a moment. Because how you think about yourself as a learner affects how you speak. If you believe you're someone who can't speak English well, you create a wall inside your mind. But if you start saying, I'm a person who is learning to speak clearly, that small change opens a door. Your words to yourself matter. Speak to yourself with encouragement, with honesty, with belief, and your fluency will reflect that gentle inner support. Try this now. Repeat after me slowly and clearly. I am learning and I am growing. Again. I speak with courage, not fear. One more. Each word I speak brings me closer to fluency. These are more than affirmations. They are mindset builders. They reshape how you view your journey. They remind you that fluency begins inside, with belief and with practice. Sometimes we wait too long before using what we've learned. We study grammar rules and vocabulary, but we don't speak them aloud. So here's a tip. Whatever you learn today, use it today. If you learn a new word, try to use it in a sentence immediately. If you study a grammar pattern, say it out loud in different forms. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Make the moment perfect by speaking now. For example, let's learn and use the word comfortable. I'll say it, and you repeat it. Comfortable. Now say, this chair is comfortable. Good. I feel comfortable speaking English with friends. Nice. It takes time to feel comfortable, but I'm getting there. See how one word can open the door to multiple expressions? This is how you build your speaking muscles, by using what you learn right away. And it's okay if your sentences are short at first. That's how we all begin. Short sentences give you control. They let you focus on pronunciation, on clarity, on pacing. Don't feel pressure to speak long paragraphs. Start with 2 words, then 3, then 5. Let your sentences grow naturally. They will stretch as you become more confident, and eventually they will dance with ease. Let's try another practice together. We'll build short sentences into a small story. I'll guide you, and you can repeat after me. I woke up early this morning. I opened the window. The sky was full of light. I smiled and took a deep breath. Today is a good day to practice English. Now say your own version of this story out loud. What did you do this morning? How did it feel? What would you like to say about it? In English? Let your words be simple and honest. Also, don't be afraid to speak to yourself throughout the day. You don't need a partner to practice English. You can describe what you're doing, how you're feeling, or what you're planning next. For example, now I'm making tea. I'm thinking about my next meeting. I feel a little tired, but I'm okay. These small phrases create rhythm and fluency. They connect your thinking to your speaking, and that connection is powerful. Many learners say they understand English well, but struggle to speak. That's because understanding is passive, but speaking is active. It requires different energy, different confidence. But here's the good news. If you already understand, you're halfway there. All you need now is practice, patience, and a safe space to use your voice. Let's practice turning passive understanding into active speaking. I'll say a short idea, and then guide you to speak your version of it. Listen first. Today is very busy, but I feel calm. Now try saying something about your day. Maybe, today is quiet and I feel peaceful. Or, today is difficult, but I'm staying strong. Use your own words, your own feelings. Let the sentence come from you. This is how you develop your own voice in English, not by copying others exactly, but by finding your thoughts, your ideas, your rhythm. The language becomes a part of who you are, and that is the real meaning of fluency, not just speaking correctly, but speaking as yourself, in your own true, growing way. Fluency doesn't mean knowing every word. It means being able to say what you want with the words you do know. And when you don't know a word, it means finding a way to express the idea in another way. This is called paraphrasing, and it's a powerful tool for speaking. For example, if you don't know the word referee, you can say the person who controls the game. Or if you forget microwave, you might say the machine that heats food fast. Paraphrasing gives you freedom. It helps you keep speaking without feeling stuck. Let's practice paraphrasing together. I'll say a sentence, and then a simpler version. Then I'll give you space to create your own. My internet connection is unstable. Simpler. My internet is not working well. Now you try, say that in your own way. Here's another. I'm not available at the moment. Simpler. I'm busy right now. Try your version. These are the skills fluent speakers use all the time, because fluency is not about showing off. It's about staying connected in conversation. You can also prepare yourself for speaking by practicing predictable situations. Think about common things people ask you. What do you do? Where are you from? What do you like to do in your free time? These questions appear again and again, and you can prepare your answers ahead of time. Practice them slowly, then again a little faster, until they feel natural. This way, when someone asks you in real life, your answer is ready. Like a gentle reflex, let's try a few together. I'll ask, and you answer aloud. What do you do? Maybe you say, I work in an office, Or, I'm a student learning English. Now try another. What do you enjoy doing on weekends? Maybe, I like walking in the park and watching movies. Say it out loud in your own words. This is your story, your voice, and with each repetition, your fluency becomes stronger. Another useful strategy is to slow things down when speaking. Many learners try to speak quickly to sound fluent, but fluency isn't about speed. It's about flow, clarity, ease. When you slow your speech, your mind has more time to organize your thought. Your pronunciation improves, and your listener understands you better. Native speakers appreciate clear speech, not fast speech. So give yourself permission to pause, to breathe, to speak with intention. Try this now. Take a slow, deep breath and say this with me. I am learning to speak English calmly and clearly. Again, slower. I speak slowly, and that helps me feel confident. One more time. My words are clear, and I trust my rhythm. This calm, intentional speaking style is something you can take into every conversation. It creates space for you and for the person listening to you. Think about your favorite movie or book in English. What is something a character said that stayed with you? Can you remember a scene that made you feel something? Now try to describe it out loud. There's a part in the movie where the character says, or, in the book, there's a moment when. These personal connections bring your English alive, and when you speak about things you care about, your voice becomes more expressive, more real. Let's try a little storytelling practice. I'll give you the beginning of a story, and you complete it in your own words. Last weekend, I went to a small cafe in my neighborhood. It was raining, but the place felt warm and cozy. I ordered a cup of tea and sat by the window. Now you continue. What did you see? What did you feel? What happened next? Take your time and let your imagination guide you. Stories help build fluency because they use real emotions, actions, and descriptions. They let you practice connecting sentences, using past tense, and expressing thoughts naturally. You can start with simple moments from your own life. Yesterday, I talked to my cousin, or last night, I watched the stars. These tiny stories become powerful when spoken aloud. And don't forget, you don't have to do everything perfectly. Sometimes you'll forget a word, or get the grammar wrong, or feel unsure about your accent. That's okay. Those moments are part of being a learner, and every fluent speaker in the world has gone through them. The goal isn't to avoid mistakes, it's to keep speaking through them, with courage and calmness, with heart. The more you speak, the more your fear becomes quiet, and your voice becomes stronger, not louder, but clearer, not faster, but freer. This is the real journey of fluency, not just a skill, but a form of self-trust, a way of expressing who you are in another language. And that is a beautiful thing. One of the simplest yet most powerful ways to improve your English fluency is by speaking daily, even if it's just for a few minutes. The secret is consistency, not length. Even 5 minutes of speaking every day is more effective than studying for hours once a week without using your voice. Your mouth needs daily movement, just like your muscles need regular stretching. This consistent action builds strength and flexibility in your spoken English. Try this gentle daily challenge. Every morning, say 5 new sentences out loud. They can be about your plans, your thoughts, or even the weather. For example, today, I'm going to the grocery store. It's a little cold outside, but sunny. I have 2 meetings this afternoon. I feel calm and ready for the day. Tonight, I'll cook something healthy. These aren't just words. They're a quiet promise to yourself to keep practicing, to keep growing. Many learners also benefit from choosing a word of the day. Pick one new word each day and try to use it in 3 or 4 different sentences. For example, if your word is delicious, you might say, "The soup I had for lunch was delicious. This chocolate is really delicious. I want to make something delicious for dinner." By using the word in your real context, you make it stick, and that one word becomes part of your fluency toolbox. Let's choose a word together right now. The word is comfortable. Try saying it out loud. Now use it in a sentence. I feel comfortable when I wear soft clothes. Now another. This chair is so comfortable I could sit here all day. And another. I'm starting to feel more comfortable speaking English. This kind of practice makes your learning active, personal, and meaningful. Another practice tip is to learn and repeat questions, because good conversations often begin with good questions. You don't always have to lead the talk. You can ask someone something simple and let them speak. Then you listen and respond. It becomes a flowing rhythm between 2 people. So practice asking clear, friendly questions like, "How was your weekend? What do you do for fun? Have you ever visited another country?" These open up space for real connection. Let's practice building some full question and answer sets. I'll say both parts, and then you repeat each one after me. What do you do for work? I'm a teacher at a local school. Now you. Where are you from originally? I'm from a small town near the coast. Again. What do you like doing in your free time? I love listening to music and going for walks. These question-answer patterns are essential for everyday fluency, and they make you feel ready in any conversation. When you don't know how to say something, don't panic. Instead, breathe and try a simpler version. Or use a short phrase like, "I'm not sure how to say it, but," or "let me explain it in another way." These phrases give you time and space, and they show that you are trying to communicate clearly. People respect that effort, and often it'll help you find the words or finish the sentence together with you. Repeat these helpful phrases after me. Let me think for a second. Again. How can I say this in English? Once more. I don't know the exact word, but here's what I mean. These are real tools that give you confidence in uncertain moments. And remember, speaking isn't just about words, it's about communication, connection, and trust. Even simple phrases, when repeated and owned, can create confidence. Try saying these now. I can speak English one step at a time. I am building my fluency every day. English is becoming part of my life. The more you repeat positive, real sentences like these, the more natural it feels to speak, because you begin believing what you say, and that belief shapes your fluency. Sometimes you'll feel like you're not improving, but improvement is not always loud or obvious. Some days, the change is quiet, hidden inside a word you remember, or a moment when you speak without thinking. Those are the signs of growth. They are small, but powerful, and they lead to the moment where you look back and realize, I've come so far. So if today you speak just one sentence with clarity, that is progress. If you try one new phrase and it feels easier than last week, that's fluency growing. Celebrate those small wins, hold them close, and keep going with trust in your journey. A wonderful way to build real fluency is by connecting English to your emotions. When you talk about things that truly matter to you, your dreams, your worries, your memories, you speak from the heart. And when you speak from the heart, your language becomes more natural, more expressive, more alive. Even if your grammar isn't perfect, people will understand you because they'll hear the honesty in your voice. Let's try a simple emotional speaking practice. I'll ask you a question, and you take a moment to answer out loud. Ready? Whoa, at something that made you smile recently? Say it in a full sentence. Maybe something like, yesterday I got a kind message from a friend and it made me feel happy. Or, this morning I saw the sunrise and it made me smile. Feel the warmth in those words. That's what real conversation sounds like. Personal, simple, and true. Now try this. Describe a dream you have for the future, something you'd like to do or become. Speak it aloud. One day I want to travel the world. Or, in the future, I hope to open my own cafe. Or maybe, I want to speak English so well that I can help others learn too. This is your vision, your motivation, and when you speak it often, it becomes more real. Fluency grows when your language is tied to your dreams. Sometimes English can feel like something outside of you, like something you're trying to reach. But with time, it becomes part of you. It becomes the way you think, the way you express yourself, the way you connect. And the more you speak from your real life, the more comfortable and fluent you'll become. This isn't about studying harder. It's about living more through English, little by little. Here's another beautiful practice. Talk to yourself about your day as if you're telling a friend. Sit quietly and say things like, today was a long day, but I finished my work. I felt tired in the afternoon, so I rested for a bit. I made a good meal and it made me feel better. This kind of gentle narration helps you reflect. It calms your mind, and it builds fluency without pressure. You can also practice visual storytelling. Close your eyes and picture a place you love, maybe a beach, a forest, a city street, or your childhood home. Then describe it in English. The sand was soft under my feet. I heard the waves crashing. The sun felt warm on my skin. Or, there were trees all around me. The air smelled like pine. I could hear birds singing above. Speaking through your senses makes your language vivid, and it trains your brain to connect English with emotion and imagery. Let's do a repeat after me moment with emotional rhythm and soft imagery. I can use English to share my thoughts. Again. I can describe my memories, my hopes, and my life. Once more. English is more than a language, it's a bridge between me and the world. These thoughts aren't just motivation, they are a reminder of what fluency truly means. It's not just about grammar or speed, it's about using language to express who you are. Another thing that helps is celebrating your progress out loud. Tell yourself what you've learned, what you've improved, even if it's small. Say, I used a new phrase today. I had a short conversation without stopping. I said what I needed and I felt good about it. Speak your achievements aloud because hearing them helps you believe them, and belief builds momentum. Try this little celebration practice now. Think of one thing you did well in English recently and say it out loud. I understood a full video without subtitles. Or, I spoke English with someone new today. Or simply, I didn't give up and I kept going. These moments matter, and when you say them aloud, you make them part of your identity as a fluent speaker. Fluency is not something you wait for. It's something you step into, one sentence at a time, one thought at a time, even one smile at a time. And every day that you use your voice, even in quiet ways, is a step toward the confident speaker you're becoming. So stay close to your practice, stay gentle with your progress, and stay open to the small moments when everything begins to flow just a little more easily. As your English becomes more fluent, you might start noticing something beautiful. You begin to think in English more often, not always, but in small ways. You might describe your actions without translating. You might hear a phrase in your mind before you say it. This is a natural part of your fluency journey. Thinking in English allows your words to flow more smoothly, because there is no longer a long delay between thought and speech. You can encourage this by speaking your thoughts aloud during daily routines. For example, when you're making breakfast, try saying what you're doing in real time. I'm opening the fridge, I'm cracking the eggs, I'm waiting for the water to boil. These simple, present tense actions help you stay inside the rhythm of English. And over time, your thinking and speaking become one fluid experience. Now let's do a practice where you describe your day using the present continuous tense. Repeat after me. I'm sitting on the sofa right now. I'm listening carefully to each sentence. I'm enjoying this peaceful learning time. Now, say a few of your own sentences out loud. What are you doing right now? What sounds are around you? What do you see? Describe it calmly and clearly. That's fluency in motion. And when you think about future plans, you can also speak those thoughts in English. Say what you will do or what you hope to do. This prepares your mind for real conversations with others. Try saying this with me. Tomorrow I will go to the market. Next week, I want to call my friend. This evening, I'll watch something in English. These future tense patterns help you build a smooth flow of ideas without translation. Another key area to practice is responding naturally in conversations. Often, we prepare to speak, but we forget to practice replying. Real conversations are a back-and-forth rhythm, so it's important to learn simple responses that you can use in many situations. For example, "That's interesting." "Really? I didn't know that." "Wow, tell me more." These short responses show interest, keep the flow going, and give you time to think before adding your next sentence. Let's practice some of those now. I'll say a situation and you respond naturally out loud. Ready? Your friend says, "I went to a concert last night." You might say, "Oh, really? How was it?" Now your friend says, "I'm thinking about learning Spanish." You could say, "That's great. I think it's a beautiful language." These are real responses that help build confidence and connection. Also, remember to ask questions in return. This shows that you're involved in the conversation, and it invites others to speak more. Even a small question like, "And you?" or "What about you?" can keep things moving. Practice using these naturally. For example, "I love reading. What about you?" Or, "I had a busy week. And you?" These simple lines turn a short answer into a longer, flowing exchange. Let's slow down and build a short conversation together. I'll say both parts, and then you try repeating. "Hi, how are you?" "I'm good, just a little tired. How about you?" "I'm doing well. It's been a busy day." "Same here. I'm looking forward to relaxing tonight." Now try to say the whole conversation with me, slowly, from the beginning. These patterns are helpful when you meet new people, start small talk, or continue a conversation naturally. Another beautiful technique is to describe feelings with gentle honesty. Instead of only saying "I'm fine" or "I'm good," try expressing how you really feel with simple words. "I'm feeling calm today." "I'm a bit nervous about tomorrow." "I feel proud of my progress." Real emotions. And real emotions lead to real fluency. Because your words come from the heart, not just from the mind. Let's do a soft feelings practice now. Repeat after me. "I feel peaceful when I speak slowly." Again. "Sometimes I feel nervous, and that's okay." Once more. "I feel proud when I try, even if I make mistakes." Speaking your emotions clearly is part of becoming fluent. You're not just speaking words, you're expressing life through language. Fluency is also about trusting that the more you speak, the more English becomes your own. It may have felt like a school subject once, but now it's becoming a living part of your daily world. It's the voice you use to talk about your day, your feelings, your dreams, and that is something to be deeply proud of. So continue speaking to yourself with kindness, to the world with curiosity, and to others with courage. Your words matter, your journey matters, and every small step forward brings you closer to a fluent, confident you. As you move closer to fluency, your focus begins to shift from just speaking to connecting. English becomes less about rules and more about relationships, about presence, about sharing space with someone else in conversation. And the more you practice real communication, the more natural your fluency feels. It becomes less like a skill and more like a part of your identity, a part of who you are becoming. Think about the people in your life: family, friends, coworkers, neighbors. What kinds of conversations do you wish you could have with them in English? Maybe you want to talk about your day, your work, your hobbies, or how you're feeling. Start preparing those conversations now. Say the things you wish you could say, even if you say them alone at first. Speak the sentences out loud. Shape them gently. Let them find their rhythm. Let's build one together. Imagine talking to a friend. Say out loud, "Hey, how's your week going?" Now add, "Mine's been okay, just busy with work." Now something real. "I've been feeling a little tired, but I'm trying to rest more." These kinds of sentences build bridges. They invite connection. And they give you a real reason to speak from the heart. It's also helpful to prepare emotional sentences you can use in different moods, when you're happy or stressed or hopeful. Here are a few to repeat. I'm feeling excited about something new. It's been a tough day, but I'm okay. I'm really proud of myself today. Practicing these kinds of phrases gives your English emotional depth. It teaches you to speak from within, not just from memory. Now think about small daily victories you've experienced on this journey. Maybe you understood something new. Maybe you answered a question with confidence. Maybe you said something clearly that once felt hard. Let's speak those out loud. I understood every word in today's lesson. I answered without stopping to translate. I made a mistake, but I kept going. These victories are quiet, but powerful, and they deserve to be named aloud. If you're ever feeling stuck or unsure, it's okay to return to the basics. Fluency is not a straight line. Sometimes you'll feel fast and confident. Other days, you might feel slower, more hesitant. That's normal. Just like muscles, your language needs rest and repetition, kindness and care. So come back to the simple things when you need to. Practice colors, objects in your room, the clothes you're wearing, the food you're making. These are all real, useful speaking moments. Try this now. Look around you and describe 5 things you see. Say them aloud. There's a blue notebook on the table. I see a white cup next to my laptop. My phone is charging beside the bed. The window is open and the air feels fresh. My shoes are near the door, ready for tomorrow. These small descriptions may seem simple, but they build fluency at its foundation. Another practice is telling stories from your past. Start with childhood memories. Talk about school, family, vacations, food you remember, games you played, anything that made you feel something. Start small. When I was a child, I loved climbing trees. My grandmother used to make the best soup. There was a park near my house where we played every evening. Your memories are full of language, and when you express them in English, you bring fluency to life. You can also talk about things you see in the world. Read a simple article and speak your opinion. Watch a short video and explain it out loud. For example, I saw a video about a woman who runs a bookstore. She said she wants to share her love of books with her town. It made me think about how special books are. This type of expression combines information with emotion and helps you practice speaking clearly, thoughtfully, and with purpose. Let's do a small speaking reflection together. Say this with me. I am learning to express myself with clarity. Again. My thoughts are becoming easier to share in English. Once more. I am becoming someone who speaks with confidence, warmth, and ease. These are more than just hopeful words. They are directions. They guide your voice forward, step by step. And remember, you don't have to wait for a perfect day to practice. Every moment is a new chance to speak. Every sentence is a chance to grow. Even if your words feel small today, they're still building the larger picture of your future self. Your fluent, confident, expressive self. Fluency doesn't happen all at once. It arrives slowly, quietly, like a sunrise that warms the world one soft ray at a time. Some days, you'll feel the light clearly. Other days, the sky will be cloudy, but that light is always growing. Because every word you speak, every sentence you whisper to yourself, is part of that rising sun. And one day, without even realizing it, you'll speak, and it will feel natural, flowing, free. The journey to speaking English fluently is not about racing to the finish line. It's about learning to enjoy the steps, the missteps, the moments when a new word surprises you, the quiet confidence that grows with each little effort. And as you keep walking, you'll look back and realize you've covered so much distance. You've become someone who can speak, think, and feel in a new language. As you move forward, keep building small rituals that support your speaking. A daily reflection in the morning, a short story before bed, speaking out loud during chores, recording your voice once a week, repeating your favorite sentences slowly and clearly, talking about the weather, your plans, your mood. These habits are gentle but powerful. They are the heart of steady, natural fluency. And don't forget to pause and celebrate how far you've come. Think about the very first sentence you spoke in English, and then think about where you are now. You've grown, you've stretched, you've shown up for yourself again and again. That's the true measure of success, not just in language, but in life. And your progress deserves your kindness, your pride, and your belief. Let's speak a final series of quiet affirmations together. Words to carry with you after this video ends. Repeat softly after me. I am capable of speaking English clearly and calmly. My voice in English is growing stronger every day. I trust my ability to learn and express myself. Fluency is not far away. It is already forming within me. Even if you're still learning, even if some words still feel difficult, that does not mean you're not fluent. You are practicing fluency right now with every breath you take while speaking, with every gentle correction, with every repeat after me moment you share in this space. Fluency is already yours. It's just unfolding, one word at a time, and as you go back into the world, into your home, your community, your daily life, remember that English is not something outside of you anymore. It's something inside you, something living and moving in your thoughts and voice. It's not something to fear, it's something to use, to grow with, to connect with. Whenever you feel nervous, remember this voice, this calm space, these words that have walked beside you. You can always come back here, to this way of speaking, slowly, clearly, kindly. You can come back to these practices, these stories, these reflections, because this is your safe place to grow. And from this place, your fluency will continue to grow through conversations, through quiet sentences, through brave mistakes, and through beautiful little wins you don't even notice at first. You're doing something amazing. You're becoming fluent, not just in English, but in the art of expressing yourself freely, confidently, with heart. Thank you for joining me today. I'm so proud of you for listening, for practicing, for speaking with me in this long, gentle journey. If this video helped you, I hope you'll come back to it whenever you need a reminder that speaking English fluently is truly possible for you. Because it is, and because you're already on the path. Stay patient, stay present, and keep speaking.